Now before we work on the model, there are actually two things that we can fix on the current design. So firstly, I just noticed that the image that we are using, like in my case, it's actually way too big. It's 300 KB. That's way too big, and we can kind of optimize this image in order to just to reduce the size. So for that, there is actually a service called, one second, tiny png. That's pretty nice. We just need to place in the image, one second, which is this thing. Let me just place it over here. Well, that didn't work. Maybe in the finder. Let's place the image, and it's going to optimize it. It's going to reduce the size of it, and now it's like it reduced it by almost 80%, which is great. So now let's download this image, and I will be using this thing instead of the actual one. As you can see, the design, like the quality didn't degrade it. So it didn't degrade, it's the same thing, but the size has been reduced. So that's great. Now, like if I refresh, we should be seeing the same thing. So that's fine. The other thing is we can actually add a bit of the box shadow. I think it's there, it is there, but it's not that much. Or should we keep it the same way? I'm thinking of adding the shadow. Let's test it out first. Over here, as I'm using Figma, it actually gives the code for the shadow, which I do have over here. Okay, so this is the one, and this is the shadow. Well, one second, I think. Okay, so let me just, okay, so 35 10 10, let's do that. Oops, 35 10 10. Okay, so this is the shadow. Let's copy this thing, and you can pause the video and use the same thing. So over here where we have the image, let's add in the CSS, this thing, and one second, and we need to wrap it inside of a string in such a way, and use the camel case instead of the dash. So if we do that, I'm still not quite sure. Well, actually that is looking way too much, I think. So let me just reduce this thing to be of 25, and that's looking fine. However, I don't see any difference anyway. So you can pause the video and use the same value for the box shadow on the image. Now that being done, let's add the modal.